Hello everybody, how are you doing this fine evening? 2 live streams this week. Couldn't get any crazier, I guess. Still setting up a little bit. I'm a little bit late because of stuff happening. Sometimes it happens, right? Stuff. And we want to... Today I just want to show how I create a website, and I do it for a girlfriend of mine that I know since a long time ago. And she wanted to start a company and I wanted to help her out to create a website because she doesn't have any. Let me know if everything is good. Hi there, Jimmy. I hope you're doing fine also this evening. I'm sorry that I interrupted your planning because you actually wanted to do a live stream today instead of tomorrow, right? So sorry about that. But yeah, today I'm going to create the start of a website. I hope that will help her. She already made the assets, so she had a professional photographer creating a. Don't worry, no need to be sorry. All right, the next time I won't do a live stream. I just do it off stream, and then you can live stream, and then I can work and enjoy your live stream as well. Then we have a win-win situation, right? Let's see. Where do we go from here? We're going to open up the website, I guess. I know that I'm not sharing my screen. Just want to open up a few things before I would go do this. The pictures are in there, so I need to check. Here are the texts. Share with me. And these are the images. Can I open up something else? Because there's now a lot of things going on that I don't know that I want to share with everybody. So I will do just this. That should be fine. Hide a little bit of the things. And then I can open up other things. This one needs to be open. It can be opened here. That should be fine. And this one's open because I just want to show. All right, now I'm sharing my screen so everybody can look. I have updated my website just to be more coherent of the things that I want to do. I want this to move. I want this to be a companion website. So I started off with a very basic design. It's just automatic CSS with Brixies and simple styling, not that very difficult kind of things. It's missing a lot of personality, if you ask me, and that's what I will be adding in the future, maybe during live streams as well. But at least everything that's on my website can be found. Now, in Create, Discover, and Play, there are some things that still have GreenShift in there, and I've installed GreenShift. So just like this one doesn't work right now. Will be and it doesn't look pretty. We'll be fixing that in the future at some point, maybe even recreating the effects that I made for the tutorials for GreenShift. But then at least you know that this is a work in progress. There's something live, and yeah, it will be a companion website for my YouTube channel that you have all the steps that you need for the tutorials that I create for the website, but also the overviews or the reviews can be found on this website as well. It's deggies.review. It doesn't look the most pretty, but at least there's a first version, and you can also see the templates that I already have built. And if you would like to purchase one, you can buy them. And this one I need to update the Apple Notch style menu, so that will also be something that I plan. And these are the pricing if you want to work with me. I don't have anything set up specifically for it yet. there's a way that you pay per quarter, and that I do a cohort like starting a step-by-step guide, which I am working on right now. As you have seen yesterday during my live stream, I'm working on getting started on how to educate, and at a certain point I hope there's enough interest that people would love to have live help from me. That would be an amazing step. But in the meantime, I just do it for free on the live streams. And if you want to work with me, create something, grow it, build your website, manage your website, and that sort of things, I know that the audience that I'm talking to right now might quite possibly be not so interested, but if there's someone that is interested in working together with me, this is the pricing for that one. It says dollars, should be euros, because I am a Dutch guy, so that will differ in the future. I just wanted to show my my new website. And now let's fire up InstaWP and open up the website that I've already set up. So we will be working on this one. I've made a first version some time ago. And here we have the first version, but now she has text. This is my ex-colleague from Albert Heijn for a very long time ago, so it's nice. Thank you, Jimmy. And what she does, she helps healthcare professionals with their administration, with helping out, setting up events and that sort of things, that the people that want to hire her can focus more on the business side of the things, and she can help out with any administrative stuff. So that's just amazing that she wants to help out the people in healthcare. And I know her for a long time, so I wanted to help out with creating a first version of her website. And I hope she will like that. So what we will be doing is using Brixies. Now this website, this one can be closed, is using Core Framework, so I will be using that as well, of course. And I will just set up the basic stuff. So we can create the pages perhaps first. We have a home page. Hey, little brother, nice of you to join today as well. You know her, right? And for her, I'm creating this website, so that's nice. Just wrote to say hi and lurk, hanging with some friends. Awesome, nice. It's always, I love that you're supporting me. So whenever you both. Yeah. Whenever you both are doing the live stream, please let me know, because I need to lurk around your live streams as well. I try to do that tomorrow, Jimmy, at 8, but 8 is a very difficult time at home because of kids. Let's create a new page and let's add another page. This one, over my pagina, means about me. And this is the About Me page. This is the sales page. I don't know. Sales. What would the name be? All right. Let's see if we can change that. And then you have frequently asked questions. I have this one installed, so. New page. Many asks questions or frequently asked questions. We can add that in there. And that's basically it. It's a little bit confusing what the black and green type, but it's what it is. And then we go back to our page and let's change this according to the text that she has. This one already looks similar. Added with bricks. Let's also put on some chill music, and let's see how far we can get. Let's add a border radius to make it feel more organic, because she is working in healthcare. I think that does make sense. Let's see. I think medium would be nice. But this is a personal website, so I don't know if this section makes sense like this. Let's have a look into Brixies. What do we have? Because the way you want to convert, you want to show yourself more than you want to show the text actually. And I think this section could work, but not maybe with this image. So we can see if we can change up the image. That fits nicely in here. This one could work. Let's see. Let's find a hero section. So for my setup, I'm using Brixies and Core Framework. Advanced Themer is always installed because that's for me mandatory. And then let's see, Core Framework. Yeah, that's actually basically it. Now we'll also be setting up the Jet Engine later on for her services. Let's see. But I want first to, I'm always struggling with the hero sections, but actually all the section is props, like placeholder text, right? No, but yeah. nice little brother. Yeah, that's it's the yeah, this is something that I wrote, so the text isn't that good. But thank you for pointing out. It's placeholder text. She has new text right now, so this is the one I'm going to use. And as you can see, it's a lot. Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. I know. I just love that you're like that. I truly do love that you're like that. Now, I've also looked into some person. Let's do that as well, right? Well, I know that we need a hero section. We need a section that talks a little bit about her and what she wants to do, and maybe we can keep it easier. Let's remove everything but the hero section. Maybe even replace the hero section with another one. And let's have some. Maybe it doesn't matter for now. I'm looking for a hero section that she will be shown more. Let's see if we can paste this in. Hero section. But would this work better? I don't think so. Maybe the image size could change as well. Maybe this should be 60 by 9. And we have installed Advanced Themer now, haven't we? Yeah, here we can set the focus point. And we can set it to custom. And should focus on her face. I think that will be the most lovely one. And no matter what kind of aspect ratio we'll be using, she will be the center focal point. We can set it on here. And that's why I love Advanced Themer. 9 by 16. Taller. Aspect ratio 2 by 3. 1/2. 4 by 5. I think this kind of works. She's more in the center, and then we have complementary text. And maybe it should even be smaller. Let's see what the what kind. 1/1. I think that still looks better. And then we can set the focal point just a little bit higher. Around here. If it's very small, then it doesn't work. So we also need that to work. So I think 1/1 makes the most sense right here. And it doesn't look good because we don't see the table, and we do see the table right here. So, but her face needs to be in focus the most. So it will be 3 by 4, I guess. 3/4. To no, thank you. Okay, gonna go back, hang with friends. Yes, tomorrow at Jimmy's. I try to make it. I mean, I have some kids and a girlfriend that wants attention as well. But I try to do my best. So I think this looks good enough for this section. Then we add in a button. We can play around maybe with different images, and the button should say "sounds right," or what it says in the Dutch, "klinkt goed." We can match up the buttons a little bit with the styling that she has. We have a lot of green going on right here, and I think that would make more sense to use the similar kind of green. Let's create one default, because that will be the default and kind of way that we will be using it. Let's go into core framework, and then we can pick and choose our colors. Oh, we already set it up a long time ago. I've worked on this a long time ago and didn't remember at all. Let's set for the primary color to use this primary color. Secondary should be secondary. Light color should go with a lighter kind of green. And a dark color would be a very dark green. Maybe this one. This one. It's a dishwasher. For border, let's leave the rest as is, because I don't know what I'm going to use for that one. And then for our buttons, now I usually like to work in this kind of manner, that we set up first the global stuff, and then when we have something specific, and we can set it up as well in the future. What's going on? Where has my button thingy go? There we go. And then we in design can select our radii, but it looks like it doesn't work. Luckily, there's always another way of doing that, right? Fair. Can we also do it like this? No, it doesn't exist. Border M. It's borderum. And now it doesn't reflect, so what we can do, we set it up here as well in our border, and just copy this one in. And then we go to our theme settings and change our element. Now, the reason why this is smart to do is because then you change it on every base, every button in base in setting, instead of having to set up for every styling every time. When you do it in classes, you need to always reuse the class to do so. And what I always do is try to do the global things that are reasonable for every element, do them on every element. For instance, in this case, we're setting up our buttons. And the same goes for our typography. I don't like to use black typography if we're using a green tint throughout the website. I think it makes sense to use some kind of green tint also for our text to make everything a little bit coherent. Let's see, but I don't like this color. So the default color should be correct, but on our primary, which uses our primary color, we need to have a light color text. Maybe something like this. Doesn't look good, so keep it white for now. I also think the border is too harsh on this one, so we can change it up right here. We know that I set up XS or S. I think XS would work the best. And as you can see, the button in the top right corner and this button are now matching, so they are similar. So that is nice. I don't know, it isn't really a header, so I need to change that in the future. And they have set a hover state here. Let's remove that because I don't want that to be there by default. And this is how you set up a little bit of a default kind of thing. Next section would be this one, and it's a confirmation section. I see that someone is also highlighting things. I don't know how and why, but it's what it is. Let's see, and we can add another like content section. So let's go up to our filters and let's go to content sections. And we need to pick something that looks nice with a lot of text, because she is very text heavy on her, and there are not a lot of visuals, as you can see right now. Oh, she's also working right now, I guess, on the text. And if you're watching, by the way, say hi. I would love that. And I mean for the person that I'm working this website on. Let's see, we need to determine what we can use for this section. Maybe we can use this one. That would make a little bit of sense. Let's close this and paste it in. There we have our content section, and for our content we can copy this one in. Now there's a title missing, so I will add that, and then I can ask her, do you have a title in mind that we can use right here? And if she doesn't, then maybe we can make up something using AI, because I'm not a copywriter. I am a web creator. Now, this isn't a lot of designing. So what I would do in the future is take this design and just try to level it up using something like Figma. I was already trying to do some things. Let's see. But today I'm just, as you can see, exploring a little bit with different kind of pictures. And we want to enhance it to the next level for the next live stream, at least. For now, it's just setting up. So this is the content that I got, and here we can make things work, hopefully. Let's see, we can use a grid. It should be a 2-column grid. And here's a list of things. Why should you work together with me? Sounds nice. Let's see. I don't know why this is pasted like that. It isn't pasted like a list. Because it's a paragraph and not a rich text. In rich texts, so you have different kind of ways of adding text in there. You have a heading, you have a basic text, and rich text, also the other ones, of course. And we have used now the basic one, but I want to add a rich text. And the reason is because she is using a list right here, and that way we can just copy and paste it in. That looks lovely, at least for the first version. What isn't looking lovely is the indentation. So let's select them all. Let's see. Here's some styling that comes with it, and I don't like that, so I'll love to clean it up. Let's remove this just by a little bit. And this is just for giving her an idea of what can be used with the text. And then let's just use Copilot for this, right? Clean up the HTML and remove the span tag, style, and area level attribute. Let's see what happens. There we go, a clean list without me having to do too much of copy pasting. So that's nice. And if we look visual, it looks better. Let's see if this works also for this one. Adding an internet extender. Ooh, don't you have good internet where you're sitting at right now? You do need that during your live stream tomorrow, Jimmy. So I hope it does work by tomorrow. Or did you have at least some decent internet connection? Let's see. Yeah, this one's the same one. So we can use Copilot again. Do the same for this text. Now this always happens when you copy and paste things from something like Google Docs or Word or whatever. Some HTML, when you copy and paste that in, gets copied and pasted over as well. I need to clean it up because else the output of the content wouldn't be looking as nice. You see all kinds of, especially with Word, it's tremendously evil in adding custom HTML. So and that's why I love using Edge, because you can just have a Copilot in your side panel and just hide it again. And you can ask it to clean up the code. And this is one of the most beautiful ways of using AI, if you ask me. So please do that. Let's see, we have two things. Let's add another div that lives just a little bit outside of there. And I want to use this quote that she has in our document and make it look a little bit interesting. So we're going to look into our categories. I hope they have some kind of testimonial. That will be lovely. Although it isn't a testimonial, we can also use this similar kind of design for quotes. Let's preview this one. This looks interesting. Now I don't need everything on there. Maybe just this little section right here. I don't know if they have a separate one for that one. We can also use something like this as a quote. This one looks too extensive for this section. And this one looks also quite interesting. Another testimonials, I think I just go with this one. And we select the container. There we go, paste it in there. There we have a very extensive testimonial and that we can change up a little because we don't need all of the text. And we go into our text file that she delivered. And that's what I love too, by the way, to have a text first approach. So I first want to receive. There we go. Remove that one. Remove those sections because we don't need it. I love to have a text first approach because a content first approach in designing websites, because you know what kind of information goes on your page, and then you can see what in the text is mentioned, and then according to the text we can add elements that will strengthen the message, and that's what the website should be for, right? I think this picture is still too big. I'm sorry. Let's see if we can. It doesn't look like it. Can we maybe use another one? But then the green doesn't match up. 60 by 9. I like this format much more. I think this works better, but the green doesn't match with the purple she has right there. But we can look into that later as well. We add some styling. Now you can do margin for spacing on the outside and padding for spacing in the inside. And I want to add just a little bit of spacing on the inside. As you can see, this just looks good enough, and we can add that to our hero section as well, just to give more breathing room. As you can see, when you add more spacing, it feels less what's called compressed. It feels like you can breathe more. Still doesn't look the best, but kind of first makes the most sense for anyone. HTML text content and CSS styles. So starting with contents only natural, yeah, makes it a lot easier to save design for last. I do agree, Jennifer. I haven't done that before, you know, because at work, I'm a UX designer for now, at least. It will change soon, more on that later. And as a UX designer, and we also have a copywriter, we design first, and then she tries to see how she can write everything to the specific design that we have created. That means that there's a bit of limitation on the amount of characters that can be used or the amount of words that can be used. But later on, we change the design just a tiny bit to match up with the copywriting that has been done. Just like this section right here, I don't think a lot of people would read this amount of text. In your hero section, you want to be concise. So I would say that this needs to be rewritten to be more concise, like 2 or 3 sentences instead of 6. So that's something that AI can help out with. It's already showing up right here. Could you rewrite this? Well, here we go. This is already shorter. And maybe we can say that we want to adjust this. Length, short. Let's see. I never used this, by the way, so I'm just as surprised as you are if you're looking at this. It doesn't feel like it's shorter right now, does it? Did it do anything? I don't think it did. It doesn't look like it. It even did something worse. So let's change that back. Because if they rewrite it, it can make the section look different. Yeah, but if we had the content solidified first, we can design accordingly. Yeah, it's a working together thing, if you ask me. If you're designing something pretty, and the both are important, right? You want to have some kind of personality on your website, and it needs to look good as well. So that's why the design comes in, but also the message needs to come across. So there's a very nice synergy that needs to go on with a content writer and the person designing, because what I'm doing now is not designing. What I'm doing is just building. If I'm designing, I'm always designing in Figma, because you have much more design freedom, and I would be reluctant to use those kind of things like Brixies, actually, because it doesn't make sense that you design with restrictions, because that's what these things do. These things restrict in the things that you want to create, because they are set up with variables, which makes that you can't adjust the spacing accordingly, which makes you can't align things. You have a system that you need to work with, which kills creativity. And it's something that I want to learn in the future as well, to be more creative for this one. Agreed. Design helps to get the message across, for sure. Yeah, good distinction. Design and content should be solidified before that. Yeah, for sure. For sure. That's the preferred way of working. Not everybody has the money for it, and since I'm doing this for free, and it is the first thing that I'm building since a long time, I was like, yeah, let's just give her the first version, and then she has a minimal viable product that she can put online, and afterwards she can we can look at how we can improve this, because yeah, the first version isn't the best version. Shouldn't be the best version, but then you have something. Just like my own website, to be fair. Teggies.review is my website. It will be a companion website to my YouTube channel, so the live streams and the sort of things will go on here as well. As you can see, there's not much of a design. It is good enough, but to get the first version there, but it doesn't look anything nice. It just looks ugly. And a lot of things are not completely working, and some things even broke, but at least there's a first version, right? A minimal viable product that at least gets you going. It sometimes happens. Let's see. I think the quote can be bigger, and we need to accent that she has picked this this for a reason, right? So I think to make it a little bit bigger makes sense, and then this author name also need to have a bigger style. Now, where did she set? They set the style, because the font size by default looks a little bit tiny. And let's do it like this. And then for the whole section, I want to add a little bit spacing before and afterwards, that we give a little bit of breathing room. Breathing room. Sometimes talking is so difficult. And yeah, there should be an image or something like that right there. And there we have the rest of the information. I think this is good enough for this one. And then she has a call to action. So at the bottom of this container, we'll just be adding another button. Do I have it set up on the right hand side? Type button. There we go. And it needs to be centered. I think that would be the most nice thing to have. Interesting. I want to get to know you. So let's see. We set up like that one. I don't think this works. No, we need to set up the container that everything will be aligned. So let's do it like this, and then align everything in the center. There we go. Because the most sections are full width, it doesn't matter, and our buttons is nice center. I don't know if I like this very much, actually. Let's keep it like this. And we need to add way more spacing. So let's go back to the layout and give it a little bit more spacing. It's very text heavy, as I said earlier. And this doesn't look balanced. So we need to figure out how we can make this look more balanced. I think those two look good, but if we have a very lengthy title, does this... I see that the image is scaling, so that is nice. That's always aligned with this one. Maybe there should be a little bit spacing extra in the bottom here, so that the image is just a tiny bit bigger. Then it feels a bit better, I guess. At least for me. But this is good for now. Let's just add header, the confirmation. I don't think she wants to call it the confirmation. We can ask AI. Why am I reluctant to do so? Give me a Dutch sent. I will do this in Dutch. So give me a title for this paragraph. Wait. A concise one, I guess. This looks nice. More time for clients and free. Let's paste that in there. Whoa, this isn't what I wanted. So we paste it in there like that. So now we have a title. Great. Create a title for this hero section, and let's paste in the text. It sounds like something. Let's just put it in. I know for sure that she will say that she wants something different, and that's fine. I do think the text is way too big compared to the text we have in there. All right, see ya. Nice to see you as well, and speak soon. Likewise, keep spreading the love, Jimmy. All right, thing is good. Now we have the services section, so we can go to, let's see, events, gallery, and then we have single. Am I missing something? It's similar to features, right? Features and services, products, single. I think this works as well. She has three offers. Drinking, when you're talking this much, is very smart to do. So if you have a cup of tea, I do have a cup of tea, do some drinking as well. How much does she has? 1, 2, 3. And the place to be. Here's your boy Funky Fresh from 1983. Jam Master J. In place of all the place. I'm sorry, I'm just rambling a little bit from my breakdance area. Yeah, I used to breakdance when I was little, and then this was a song that we had a dance on. Yeah, it was a nice time with a lot of freedom and less stress, to be fair. Let's see, we have a grid from an article. I guess this one has a query loop. Let's disable it for now, and let's just copy and paste that one in. What can I do for you? Let's remove this one and the paragraph as well. Let's add in a title that she has right there. Now, as you can see, again, here's some extra HTML that's added. We don't need that. So you need to be wary if you copy and paste text in. There could be some extra, just like here, HTML that you don't want. It happens with every... Oh, you're an extra closing div. Why? Why is there extra HTML? God. Don't do this. But God didn't do it. Google did. Stupid Google. There we go. Nice and cleaned up. Customer service. When you press Ctrl-Shift-V, the global variables open. Oh man, Maxime, you need to change that, because that is the way that you can paste in text without HTML. So it's nice that that is being compromised by a tool. There we go. Text of the column 1. We can always look to change things up if needed. Oh, don't want to copy everything. There we go. And then we can remove all the buttons right here. Why is the sidebar so jumpy? Quit it. It messes my workflow. I'm very... I'm by the way, I'm part of the HWP group as well, and the things Kevin Geary is creating together with the Edge group is just awesome. Can't wait to use it in my live websites. Read more about my offer. Where should this button go? We can ask, right? That should be there. Will there be a book me kind of thing, right? Does it need to have email? Or does it need to have a book me? With a calendar option. And let's highlight this as well in that. And so that's one social proof. So that will be the testimonials. We can add more testimonials. Awesome. I think we need to align everything to the right, left to keep it similar. 1, 2, 3, but we don't have. Let's copy this one actually, because we can just use the comment kind of thing, right? We can add comments like this, add comment, and there we go. In here we are missing names, which does mean, and we do need them. If you want to build social proof, it needs to people need to understand what kind of person has had this. Because if they don't know if it's a real person, who is giving the testimonials? We can use the plain and the common one. Let's have a look. A look-see look. I think this is one of the most used one, right? Just a simple grid. How do you like this live stream, me building this website? Is it something new that you've learned already, or is everything boring as what? Let's make that primary. I also want to change the text before I forget it. So in the typography, the font size, that's good. And I want to change the color to be a very dark. As you can see, it reflects here very well. You can also make it pink to even exaggerate what's happening. I want it to be a green color, but just slightly darker. I think this works. It still looks a lot like black, but it's just a very dark green. This is too light. This could also work. This is just the transparencies. So I think I will keep it for this coloring. And then we can add in the quotes. The social proof will be done differently in the future. Whoa, what's happening there? The frickin' jumping, man. Stop it. Just keep one size, don't jump. There we go. Add another one. This needs to be a, what's it called? Some custom post type that you can manage it in the backend very easily. shouldn't be done actually right here. This one can be removed. This will be added right here. Contents and text. There we have it. I was hoping to finish the whole website in about an hour, but I guess we can't do that. And that's just fine. Just removed one too many, I guess. Let's just get these sections in, and then we'll see from maybe next stream. On next week, Wednesday, I'll be adding a little bit more to this. This is fetched from a jet engine using what is this spacing content? Oh, here we have it. So the next time I want to set up a custom post type for testimonials, but also a custom post type for services or offers, because that can be reused on different kind of pages. The same goes for the FAQ. She has a FAQ later down the line somewhere about me, and sales page, and here are the FAQ. And what happens if you use the FAQ as a custom post type, so you can reuse it on every other page and don't need to rewrite everything if they have specific questions. So this would be fine. Hi. Hello. How are you doing? Milka? Yeah, that's nice. In Holland we have Milka, and that's like this one. It is a very nice child. It's just chocolate candy actually. So I love that your name is Milka. Let's see. Let's go to the next section. There's no button right here in our document, so we can add it maybe later on. What's inside the div styles? The testimonial grid. You can copy that in here. And it needs to go inside of the testimonial grid card. That is this one. And then we open up the CSS and paste it in there. Hi Renate, how are you doing? I was looking at the image, but it's so tiny I can't really see that is you. But leuk dat je er bent, Renate. Hier ben ik nu al de afgelopen tijd bezig geweest om de website een beetje op te zetten. Met de kleuren erin. Er is heel veel tekst, dus we moeten kijken hoe we dat nog wat leuker kunnen maken in de toekomst. But this is basically what we have right now. And we're here at a new section, the About You section. So let's see what we can use for that. And also I want to, this is just a minimal viable product so that you have a site that you can at least show people what you're doing. At the next version, I want to go just one step beyond, because I want to take a look at text that's in there and try to complement it with design assets, because that's now very much missing, to be fair. But yeah, that's how the design process goes, right? And also in the hero section, I think this is a lot of text, if you ask me. And I want to try to use AI to rewrite it, to make it a little bit concise, because usually 3 sentences is more than should be used. And I think with this picture being white and you looking calm right here, it conveys that you are making sure that the people can relax a little bit, that needs help with those kind of things, with the problem you're going to solve, right? Let's have a look. What is the next section? It's a very big section about you, so I think it makes sense to have a lot of place for text and then a nice image on the side somewhere. So what we can do, is use a nice section, but I don't know which one. Can we chop up this? Organizational. There are four sections actually, right? What we can do is look into another way of doing this is using a hero section. I think for now we'll just use this one. And then we can see if we can change it up, because it has a very large section of image, and that's what you want to do if you're talking about yourself, right? Let's see. You want to show yourself in a big picture, and I do think you have lovely pictures for that. To make it consistent with the starting section, I would go with either this one or this one, where you're in the full picture. I think this one works nice, because you're still on the couch, and that reflects the one that over here is as well. Here you're not looking at the cameras, if I remember correctly, so the people don't... Yeah, you're looking outside of the window. Being calm, being relaxed. So this one, make sure that people feel matched with you, because you're looking at the people, right? And we need to make sure that your face at all times, with a little bit of headroom, is visible, because that's the most important part. We need to meet you and understand who you are. Let's see. We can add this one here, and then we copy and paste your text over. Now, I told earlier in this live stream that this is a minimal viable product, which means that I just want to get you up and running with the first version of this website, and then afterwards we can try to improve it design-wise, and also see how we can even make it more personalized, more you, right? And that's after you have the branding and the logo dialed down. Let's see, we go to layout. And by the way, this is very boring stuff actually if you're not technical. Even for people that are technical, I don't think this is a very nice nice thing to see, to be fair. I can see this is quite boring actually. Seeing me clicking around. If you do like it, give this video a like. That would be lovely. You're not mandatory to do so, but helping out a little bit would be lovely. And let's remove this one. Now the about section, then we need to add a button in there. So let's select the hero container section. And here we have all the information there. And in the left container, we want to add a button. Let's go in here. There we have a button. I'm a button. Well, hello, I am. Learn more about me. How's your English, by the way, Renate? Milka. I should say right now, right? And then we have a nice call to action. CTA sections. Let's see what could work. There's one image over here and one image over here. There should be some kind of visual around here as well, where we showcase what kind of offers you have. I think always for a personal website, it works to have some kind of drawn icon or image to reflect things. Yeah, you can follow along. That's nice. Hand drawn icons. I just love for personal websites or websites that have just a little bit more personality to have something similar like this, that you have drawn it. I do think this doesn't feel organic enough. It has harsh edges. This one I like a little bit more. But we can look into that, what kind of icons that we can use to make your website more, to have more personality. And we can use hand-drawn, pre-hand-drawn things for now and then upgrade it later if needed. There we go. A wall of text. And then we go for the next section, the last section. Let's get the call to action in first. Focus, Lex. People at work say that I'm chaotic. I don't know why. Why would people say that to me? Let's copy this one. I think that would be nice enough. And so again with the picture. Or should it just be highlighted with a big background color? Something like this. And then remove the CTA. I think that would make more sense. Have a call to action. Get to know me. Yes, please. Let's remove that one. I love, by the way, Milka, that you're going on a journey to create your own business. I love that you're. I of course know you for a long time, so I know that is way out of your comfort zone. At least it used to be. So I'm very curious how 2025 will help you out in setting up and creating your business. As you might know, I've been I am working on something similar like that. So who knows? Maybe we can help each other out even more so than we are doing right now. See, can we center both? That doesn't look good. That doesn't look good either. There's a limitation on text length. Maybe we can change that up a little bit. I don't want to have a fixed width. And this needs to go on the next line. And there we have a button. So there's the call to action. But we need a little bit more of spacing, and we need to set up a background color. So we make this one our highlight color. The whole container needs to be that color, right? Did I set up? Yeah, I did set it up on the wrong place. So the padding shouldn't be here. It should be on the full section. So we add, because we want this to be one of the main thing, needs to attract your attention even more so than the rest. So we want to make this a primary green. And this needs to be a light green in right here. So we go to color and change the color to be light. That should work. Let's copy that one. Paste the color in right here. I said light. Come on. Don't be shy. Change color. And then we need the button to look different as well. Because we're changing it to... Hey. I changed your color. Come on. There we go. And for the button, I changed you as well. I changed you to a darker color, and your background needs to be a lighter color. And I guess there needs to be a little bit spacing on the sides, because this just looks ugly. There we go. Some spacing right here, maybe even large spacing. And then the alignment doesn't make sense that we have right now. It needs to be aligned a little bit to the center. I don't know if this looks better actually. Let's keep it for this for now. I'm not very happy with how it looks, to be fair. Nice that it spans all the way. And I think we need to play around with the other sections as well. Let's see, we can always adjust this one just a little bit. By the way, Milka, if you could get the names for the testimonials, that would be lovely. Because if you have a testimonial without a name, it loses a little bit of credibility. So being able to use names would be very helpful for you as well. Let's see. I don't want this to be dark. It needs to be very light green. Maybe we can use this. And then for the border, we also need to set a border. It already is set. And then we can use just a slightly darker border. To give this a little bit of an accent. Just my language, my speaking in English. It also has just a little bit of an accent. I don't know if this looks better. I will keep it as is and we can refactor that later. Oh, you already have nice. This is a very good collaboration, actually. Luciano, Italian. Amanda. And if we even can get some pictures of them and perhaps a logo and their what they are in the company, what they are doing, that will be even more verifying that you are working with amazing customers. Let's see, I think this can be just a little bit lighter. Yeah, this is better. Just a little subtle border, not so harsh, as you can see. But I do think the contrast doesn't match up really well. Maybe the background should just have a different kind of color. Like this one, this looks like a very good color. No, it doesn't. I'm kidding. I don't know, this doesn't look any better actually. And this doesn't look better. It looks more readable, but not that pronounced in the color. I don't know. Let's undo. This takes too long, so let's just change the color like this. Being light. There we go. All right. Well, Milka, if you want to see your homepage, I have a link in the comments that you can click to check out. This is all that I could do today. Just have the initial setup being there. I think we should be able to change some things, but at least this is the first overview, and then you can look if you have something specific you want to change. Maybe if you have some ideas on what kind of accents you would like to use. For me, I thought for the hero section it would be nice to use some kind of shadow. No. Like a shade of shade plant. Like that looks like there's leaves hanging over this section, the top section. I think that would be nice and make it feel like it's summer and it's more relaxing. I don't have any good example right now, but I will look at something. And for the rest of the page, we need to see how we can make it look much more better than this. But I will be doing that next week, I guess. Yeah, next week. So, for all people that have watched, this is the finished result we have right now. As I said, this is the first version for our homepage, just to figure out what kind of information goes in there, what kind of main section that we can use. This is just for building the website. I don't think this is the most prettiest design that I've ever built, because it's not a design, it's building. As I stated earlier during the live stream, if we want to design something, you definitely need to use Figma, and that's something that I will be using the next time around. I'm trying to see if we can make a more coherent design, but at least all the information is now in there. Next week I will be adding the other pages. I think those will be quite faster because it is a little bit smaller. So good that you remove those messages, by the way. So yeah, that's actually it. We need to figure out what the name of the sales page will be. It will be something that will reflect what's on the page itself. So for services, I could see that this will be services, but we can also have separate pages for your office support and PA, customer service, and events and projects. It makes more sense to have separate landing pages for those specific things that people are looking for, especially if you're looking to localize stuff. Yeah, I think next week another hour will be used to create this page, and then we use the last hour to last live stream to also build that page. So 1, 2, 3. I think about 3 live streams to get just the basics in. And perhaps I will also do this in my non-live streams time as well. But yeah, it was fun doing so. It was fun building this again. And now I'm going to go. I hope you had fun. I love doing this and exploring to see how Bricks Builder would work and how we can think of designing kind of things. I do think that we need to look into the text to see how we can improve. There's a lot of text there. There's a wall of text that we can have some kind of visuals really complementing the text that we have, because people are visual. They just read the titles. So what are the titles promising actually? And the images. So most of the text won't be read by most people unless you try to reach out to older people, and that means like 50 plus, maybe even 60 plus nowadays, because they have the tendency to read everything, but most people like us won't read this much of information. So we need to discover how we can condense the text, but also have the headlines speak for the things that we would like to convey. So instead of why would working together with me, waarom met mij samenwerken, we should try to already show there what benefits there are instead of asking questions. So what can we use as a headline that people already, in a general sense, get a feeling on why they should work with you? But all in all, I think this is a very good start. So nicely done. And if you like this live stream and like that I built this, next week I will be covering a little bit more into depth into the CSS kind of things. So it will be an intro in CSS. So if you want to know more about CSS, join me next week Tuesday at 8:15 p.m. CAT, Central European Time. And I will catch you all on the next live stream. And as always, keep designing. Now to awkwardly press the end broadcast button. So here we go. Boop.